Hi everyone, welcome back, and this is another installment into the pie cut series we've been working on. So up to this point, we've showed you how to lay out the pie cuts, create them, get them cut. So today, we've got a very simple layout here. So if you have a runner or something you have to create, exhaust pipe or whatever, you got to create out of pie cuts. If you have a fixed end on both ends, you have to create what's in the middle. What happens if you can't get it with all the pie cuts? Well, today I'm going to show you how to create the one custom piece that you need. Alright, so follow along as we build this up, and then I'll show you how to create the pie cut. If you like this type of content, please remember to subscribe. It definitely helps the channel. Alright, let me show you how to create this. So we're just going to rough eyeball where we think our center of our rotation is going to be. So 1 3/4. And that makes the back of our pie cut, let's call it 1/2 inch. Alright, so we got this all built up, and the standard pie cuts we're creating are close, but they're not quite there. And I could just keep sanding it just to get it in there. And so what we'll do is we'll take a piece of tape, and the tape's going to want to pucker a little bit as you go around the radius. Alright, so just get it the best you can. The thing is, have a really sharp razor on you. What we'll do is we'll just run around the edge with the razor knife. Just let the edge kind of guide your knife. And try to do both sides fairly evenly. Just let the knife just guide along the edge of the tube. You're going to have some wrinkles in the tape. There's almost no way around that. So cut both sides as you go through. Don't just cut all of one side, because it's going to want to fold in the minute you do that. There's that side. And then that's the shape of the pie cut that you need. So what do we do with that? So what we're going to do, we'll just take that, try not to bend the tape, and remember it should meet up on the other side. So if it doesn't, so as best you can, get the ends to match back up. Make sure there's no big kinks. And then take your marker and just let it ride right along the tape. Now little things like these little bumps in the tape, you just smooth all that out. Alright, so now we'll take and we'll cut this out of the tube. Alright, I purposely stayed off the line just a little bit, just so I could give it a little test fit. So now we need to finish taking it down to the line we worked on. So these will have a little bit of spring in them still. You don't get all these welded up before you do this. Try to get everything tacked. Alright, so we got it all in there. It's tacked. All right, I think the gaps came out really good. There's a little bit of a gap on this side, but not too bad. And this contour can be just about anything, right? Doesn't matter how big or how small. Alright, so what'd you think? So that was creating this pie cut. We went through the whole process of kind of giving us a rough center. Now this is just a rough fixture that I made up just for this video. But it doesn't matter if it's a turbo manifold you're building, exhaust manifold, or whatever. If you're having to create a weird curve to get from one point to the other, this is where this would come in handy. You know, if you're buying pre-cut pie cuts, then you don't need to go through the layout process. That's kind of predetermined for you. But as you go through, you might find when you get to a certain point that none of these pie cuts fit where you need to go. That's where the tape comes in very handy to get that one piece that you need instead of continually trying to figure out how to get this worked out. Now if you play with it long enough, you might be able to get it with the normal pie cuts. The question is how long you want to do that, and will it work out? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. So if you found this informative, let me know. I'd appreciate some feedback. Please follow the channel. You know, we're trying to grow like everybody else. And I'll leave a link here for some other videos in the pie cut series. So until then, this is another edition of 4x4 Fab Shop. I'll see you in those videos.